But let's talk about Instagram and TikTok, because that seems to be one of the main talking points between the two, is whether Instagram is really being killed by the Chinese TikTok right now. The answer, according to this download data, is no. I mean, my personal bias is hurrah, because everyone on FinTwit has been banging on about how TikTok is destroying Instagram, and the Instagram's dead in the water. It's no longer, there's nothing ever coming out of Instagram anymore. But what we're seeing there is positive data downloads on Instagram. I'd love to see a bit more detail on the ages of the people that are downloading Instagram over TikTok right now. That'd be very interesting to see. I don't know whether it's a flood back to Instagram because it's become more interesting, but my God, I will tell you, as somebody who has TikTok and ends up in TikTok holes every now and then, and has Instagram and ends up in Instagram reel holes every now and then, I am way more impressed with Instagram and what it delivers me rather than TikTok. TikTok seems to just deliver me a bag of absolute crap, just really uninteresting, mindless, absolute crap of girls dancing and all sorts of shit.
Yeah,
sounds terrible.
TikTok's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, like, I've watched a few. Like, I've had a good scroll through it when I'm uploading stuff for the Playing FTSE highlights, and you can end up in a trap of just being sat there like flicking up every so often to whatever's going on. But I mean, there's a dude on there who like throws stuff at the camera and cooks in a pan. I think he's called Daniel McCoy or something like that. And you basically watch one of his videos and it just circulates the whole lot through you. And then it's like the dude who dances dressed as Spider-Man, and you're going to see every one of his videos over the next like 2 or 3. And you just think to yourself, like, I was interested in this once. I watched one of them, but that doesn't mean I need to see 30.
Yeah.
So I don't know about Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels, I tend to find they all still seem to have all the TikTok branding on them. So it's like Instagram Reels is where like the more mature audience goes to get its TikTok.
Yeah, a little bit, definitely. And what I find, the difference between Instagram and TikTok, and I think you touched on it there, is that TikTok tries to show you more stuff. Like, it tries to push you out there and find you different things. But in doing that, it really sends you a lot of crap, like really mindless, horrible stuff of just, I don't know, just some underage girl just standing there dancing. Whereas on Instagram, it's a little bit more, there is a little bit more intellect to it. And this whole theory about how TikTok is run by the Chinese, and the Chinese are trying to dumb us down by sending us absolute crap and just have people like and look at things that are essentially creating our idiocracy. If you compare Instagram Reels and TikTok at the moment, you can see a big difference. You can see how dumb TikTok is in comparison to Instagram. That's not to say that Instagram is particularly good. I mean, none of it is great. It's all designed to keep you scrolling, keep your eyes on that screen for as long as possible. Instagram does some very weird things at the moment, and if you're ready for an insight into my psyche right now, because I've been so shocked by it. If you go into my Explore tab on Instagram, so I am a wedding photographer, so I look at lots of wedding stuff. So on the Explore tab, loads and loads of wedding stuff. It's really, really quite cool. And I've also managed to detail this and change this myself, which has been quite interesting, which shows how simple the Instagram algorithm is at the moment. So I see lots of snowboarding. I see lots of wedding photography. I see very little about personal finance, actually, which really annoys me, because I want to see more. I want to see more of what the Instagram creators are creating about personal finance. I also don't see a lot about personal finance on TikTok either. I have no idea how to get myself being that person who wants to see personal finance stuff on Instagram. It doesn't work. And finally, something that happened to me very recently is I noticed literally thousands of photographs and Instagram reels of Avril Lavigne. Like, for some reason, Instagram seems to think I really like Avril Lavigne, and I have no idea why.
You was telling us how lonely you was, Paul, just before we came on air.
Yeah,
Clever algo, that, isn't it?
Okay. So what I can tell you, one thing differently, is that what I did one day is I had a ridiculous amount of photographs of Avril Lavigne being shown to me. So what I did is I went to the Spyglass and I typed in Scarlett Johansson. So I just typed in basically a different female. And fucking hell, it changed. It went from Avril Lavigne to Scarlett Johansson, like, immediately. It was just constant bombardment of Scarlett Johansson. And I was kind of like, well, this is what Instagram thinks of me. Like, I literally like just looking at this one woman who I typed in about 5 minutes ago, and a really simple algorithm, but I don't know. It must work, because these people, this is the way they're doing it at the moment.
When you eventually go home, Paul, your wife's gonna catch your Instagram and think you're a pervert who wants to get married.
I tell you what. The really crazy thing is so on TikTok I get a lot of Andrew Tate, like ridiculous amounts of Andrew Tate, because I obviously have, as a male, I obviously have some affinity to some of the things that he says, but aversion to some of the other things that he says. On Instagram, I can't get it. I basically can't. If I type in Andrew Tate, I can't. I can see if I search for it right there and then, I can get lots of Andrew Tate videos and things. But if I come away from it, it does not show me it. It's so strange that it doesn't recommend, even though I've searched for it a lot of times, it doesn't recommend me certain types of videos, which is so weird to think. It's just interesting to see how the algorithm works at the moment. I have friends, particularly for my wedding photography business, who keep saying to me, you need to post on your wedding photography Instagram page loads and loads. You need to be doing reels, you need to be doing stories, you need to be showing people your life all day, and that will convert into clients and more wedding photography jobs. And I was kind of like, yeah, right, I just can't really be asked. But these people are using this as a business. This is their main business driver. They barely even have a website. It's all driven through Instagram. It's their main business driver. Facebook's gone. Facebook is out of here. It's been long gone a long time. And I would agree with that as well. In fact, a lot of them on Facebook say they get very poor quality clients. But on Instagram and not on TikTok, no one is getting anything on TikTok. No one is generating business in the wedding industry world, at least that I know of, from TikTok. Everything is Instagram at the moment. And that's been a very telling sign for me as to who is the positive business is.